Huh. I wonder where Zur is. He couldn't possibly be that direction, could he? I don't know. Let's go check it out. Good morning, everyone. My name is Veritas, and welcome back to Destiny. Now, today is Friday, Zur Day. If you are new to Destiny from Rise of Iron, you may not know, but every week, starting on Friday at reset and lasting until Sunday morning at reset. So from Friday throughout Saturday until Sunday morning, there is a merchant that appears in the tower, or the reef, the Vestian outpost, and his name is Zur, Agent of Nine. Now, this merchant, he sells exotics. Let's see what exotics he has for sale. Let's hope it's not Asphidian Aspect. Good. It's not. Oh boy. Okay, so, first things first, I'm very happy that I've gotten rank 5 on all my characters because he is now selling Shinobu's Vow. So let's go ahead and knock through all of these, and I will explain if they're good or not, you know, in terms of gameplay. I'll also pull up my my trusty software that tells me how good or bad the rolls are on this. Looking at this, they're all freaking terrible. So his exotic gear here for sale, purchasable with strange coins, is a Legacy Engram. This will decrypt into a Year 1 primary weapon, maxing out at 170 light. If you have something missing from your Year 1 section of your primary slot in your exotic weapon kiosk, this is how you get those. This does not decrypt into anything from Taken King. It also cannot be used to get anything new. You do not use this engram to try to get something new. It will not happen. Do not try it. The Thogomizers, or however you want to say this, the Thogomizers are a new in Rise of Iron Titan exotic. Technically they were added in the game in Taken King, but they are now available. These grant Amplify, and you gain an additional melee charge for the Striker Titan. These are gigantic gauntlets. If you're on a Titan, you can go ahead and inspect these. I can't obviously see them because I am on a Warlock. These ones come with increased strength and intellect. I'm assuming they always roll. With intellect. Probably, maybe also strength. Rain blows, momentum transfer. These come with auto rifle loader and sniper rifle loader, and of course the exotic perk 1-2 punch unlocks the striker subclass node Amplify for free, and you gain an additional melee charge. So those are gauntlets for you, and those come with a 79% stat roll, which is pretty garbage. Let's actually see what those max out at the far end of the spectrum. Looks like 79. So it looks like those are a pretty low roll, but if you didn't have them before, you can have them now. Moving into the Hunter exotic, we have Shinobu's Vow. I actually was using these on my Hunter in the Iron Banner this week. They're very good gauntlets. I think they're actually a little bit too strong. I think the skip grenade in general is a little bit too strong. In the right hands, these gauntlets could be incredibly deadly, but these allow you to have an additional grenade charge and have improved tracking on a skip grenade. So if you have skip grenades selected on your Hunter, your Blade Dancer subclass, you're using skip grenades, you get improved tracking on those, and you also gain an additional one. Very good for Crucible. Very, very good for Crucible. These come with increased intellect and discipline, fastball and impact induction, and auto rifle loader and machine gun loader. So not perfect rolls here, but you can also always twist fate. I will explain what that means and how to do that later. But those gauntlets are there for you, and those are an 87% stat roll. When I say a percent stat roll, I mean of the possible rolls. Like if you got one of these out of an engram, it might be discipline, you know, plus 88/95. You know, those numbers are always going to be different. So of the possible maximum number, this is 87%. Moving into the Light Beyond Nemesis, this is an original Warlock helmet, re-added in Taken King, things like that. This allows your super to generate an extra orb, and you can revive and be revived faster. So this is a very good Crucible helmet, especially for Trials of Osiris. Allows you to be revived and res faster. It's called a fast res helmet, and it also allows you to generate extra orbs with your super. So things like that. This comes with increased strength and intellect, or intellect, hands-on, and heavy lifting, as well as better already. So this is a nice helmet for your Warlock if you are planning on playing a lot of PvP, or even just want to play around in the raid normal modes, strikes, things like that. It's a pretty kind of middle-of-the-road helmet. Not super important, but not super terrible, so it's kind of there if you don't have it. Moving into the weapon he's selling this week is the Thunderlord. They rest quiet on fields afar, for there is no ending but the eye. Hurricane Matthew. Anyway, so the Thunderlord is an exotic machine gun of the arc quality. It's also one of the cooler looking weapons in the game. Sounds very neat when you shoot it. Does arc damage. It has Feeding Frenzy, so any kills with this weapon increase reload speed for a short time. Perfect balance, Field Scout, and Flared Magwell, as well as lightning rounds. This weapon fires faster and more accurately the longer its trigger is held. Now, most exotic weapons in the game have hidden perks as well. This one comes with a periodic firefly, so if you get headshots with this weapon, it will periodically explode their head into lightning balls of damage. Pretty interesting, pretty fun weapon. I recommend picking it up if you do not have one. In terms of the Warlock helmet, though, this comes with an 86% stat roll, so not great. Recommendations, I would probably pick up anything you do not have. I'd recommend getting the Shinobu's Vow. They're very good gauntlets for Crucible. If you're playing Iron Banner on a Blade Dancer this week, which you should be because it's Supremacy, I would grab these for your Blade Dancer. They're very cool looking gauntlets. I actually really like them, even though they're kind of ugly without a shader. The Thaugamizers, I don't know. I don't ever use them. Apparently, you can use these to get your super, like, instantaneously. I don't know how that's possible, but it's a thing, I guess, maybe. But moving down to weapon ornaments, we have Shock Hazard and Queen's Command. These are purchasable with Silver Dust. Silver Dust comes from Radiant Treasures. You can get Radiant Treasures 1 a week by playing the Heroic Strikes, or you can buy them from Eververse and open them. They will turn into, Silver Dust, and they'll go to your ornament slot. I have a few pieces of Silver Dust, but I'm not going to buy any of these with it. It's just a waste of time. So Shock Hazard will change the appearance of the Zalo Supercell, and Queen's Command will change the appearance of Telesto. Queen's Command is actually one of the cooler skins in the game. I think Telesto has 2 of like the more crazy fantasy skins in Destiny. But anyway, moving down to curios, we have the Void Drive and the Stealth Drive. These can be used to upgrade rare quality sparrows from the Vanguard, Crucible, and so on into legendary sparrows with purple and red trails, respectively. Moving into heavy ammo synthesis, these can be purchased with strange coins. All this stuff can be purchased with strange coins, except these. Fucking expensive. Heavy ammo synthesis can be used in combat to refill your heavy ammo completely. Good for raid encounters, things like that. They can also be used to be traded into faction vendors for faction reputation. It takes 33 strange coins to get a 1 rank in your faction. It takes 100 ammo cent to get 1 rank, unless you have an exotic class item for that faction, in which case it takes much less than that. Moving into 3 of coins, these are a stackable effect consumable. What this means is if you buy a stack of these and you use one, you will have an effect known as exotic particles. This means the next time you kill an Ultra, which is essentially a large named enemy, not all large named enemies do this. Notable ones are Omnigul, the Scion Flayers from the Scion Flayer Strike, and some raid bosses do not count for this. But basically, when you kill a big named enemy or you finish a Crucible match, you have a chance of obtaining an exotic engram, which can decrypt into an exotic. So basically, use one of these, do one of those things at the end of a strike. When you kill a strike boss at the end of a Crucible match, you'll go ahead in your inventory and you'll see if this does not exist on your character anymore. If the exotic particles are gone, that means that it was consumed and you did not get an exotic. However, the next one you use will have an increased chance. You do it again. If you don't get anything, use another one. This has an even a more increased chance. Imagine it's like a 5% the first chance if you don't get it. The next one you use will be a 10% chance if you don't get it. It keeps increasing until you get one and then resets to 0. Do not use 5 of these at once. It does not help at all. They're very expensive, to be honest, but I mean, they're fine. I have a couple of them. Now, glass needles, I mentioned these earlier. Glass needles can be used to re-roll exotic armor. You can purchase these with strange coins, modes of light, and exotic shards. If you go into something like, say, you really want the Shinobu's Vow, but you do not want this stat roll, you don't want these loaders, you don't want that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and use glass needles on them to twist the fate. That means it will change what stats it comes with. It will also change the increases here. Maybe this will turn into strength, this will turn into like discipline. These will also change, and these will also change. Now, not everything can come with everything. I would suggest using Bungie's Armory to see what certain armors can change to. Some armors like that are based on, say, grenade things will probably always roll with discipline as their main perk. Things like this will always roll with intellect. Things like this will always roll with intellect. It kind of bases on like what it's really used for. These are for super, these are for grenade, this is for super, so it's always going to roll with intellect as the major roll. You'll never be able to get a Leviathan Nemesis with like pure strength and discipline, things like that. So those can be used for that. They're expensive and it's RNG, so up to you. And this material exchange on here is completely horrible, never use it. So Zur is over here by the speaker and the thing. I don't remember what that's called. It starts with a V though. He's over here, this beautiful view of the city, the last city on Earth. And yeah, poor man buying the legacy engram. I pity you, fool. Anyway, this is where he is. That's what he has. Recommendations: anything you don't have. The stat rolls are not great, but you know, if you don't have something, that's where it is. So have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the Iron Banner while it's around until Tuesday. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, I very much appreciate it. And as always, until the next video, have a great day, everyone.